We are in the month of August, and this year has flown by. And today I'm going to show you what is happening in the Denver real estate market. And if you're a buyer, seller, moving to Denver, relocating to Denver, and want to know more about the real estate market, shoot me a text. You'll see my information on the bottom of this video that I post. There is a lot of things happen in this Denver real estate market, and I'm going to show you what is going on in this market. The market has shifted, and we are going to more of a buyer's market. And if you look at these numbers, the median price for home is $625,000. Home prices are increasing, but not as much. The average price of home, $555,000. Average price of square foot is about $354. Sale to list ratio is 98.7%. So not really a full 100% right now, because what is happening is that there is a lot of price deductions in the Denver real estate market. And if you're a seller who's trying to sell your home in this market, for you to sell to get 100% list price, it's going to be very hard for you to do it. If your home is a unique home and is the only home around the area, maybe a mile, 2 mile radius, you might have an opportunity to get 100% to sell the list price. But as we say, listings have been increased, and this has been the highest for amount of listings in the past 10 years. And the reason for that is that we know rates are about the 6.5, 6.7s. And a lot of buyers are waiting on the sideline. They want that perfect rate. They want that 3 to 4% rate. And we know in this market today, it's not going to happen. And we know during the pandemic, we had all that inflation. Home prices were going double digits for inflation a year, which is crazy. For a normal market for inflation is about 3 to 5% a year for a home to appreciate year after year. And lots of buyers are waiting. They're trying to figure out, when should I purchase a home? And if you're a buyer right now and you are moving or relocating or have any questions about the market, leave a comment below. But if you're a buyer, you want to do the opposite, what people are doing. Because a lot of buyers, as I said, are waiting on the sideline. And if you're a buyer and you need to make a move, right now is a good time for you to purchase a home. Because where the rates are at, sellers are so motivated right now to sell their home. A lot of these homes have a lot of equity, and they are willing to work with you. And there is a lot of seller concessions right now for buyers in this market. And also, too, as a buyer, because I know you might be thinking, man, Depot, these rates are about 6.5, 6-7%, and they're pretty high. And I completely understand, and I hear you. But you have to see that you could have the seller to buy down your rate, like 2-1 buy down rate, because hopefully within 2 years the rates are low, and you could refinance. But please don't be that buyer who are waiting for rates to go down, because what happened is that when rates go down, what happened? More buyers floods the market, and you're paying over asking. And if you're that buyer right now, there's so much inventory in the market. Purchase a home. When the rates go down, refinance it, because you are the buyer is going to win in that market if you buy a home now and lock, because when rates go down, you are going to be the hero. So today's a market. It's rising. You got a very slow sales cycle. And these are the average from, you have Redfin, 25 days in market. Rocket Homes is showing 45 days in market. Zillow is showing about 20 days for a home to be on the market. And homes are taking a lot longer. We don't have during the pandemic when you would get a home and by the time you take pictures and everything, the home is already under contract. Homes are taking a lot longer to sell because of what is happening in the inventory. And right now, as I said, for inventory is up 73% during the pandemic. Homes are taking a lot longer. It says the average days between 25 and 45 days on the market. And there are more listings, more choices for buyers, but sellers want that full list price, which you're not going to get in today's market. You have to list below market value for you to get the home that you want in today's market to attract the certain buyer. There's been a lot of price cuts in the market. 45% of price drops of homes and 98.7% to sell the list price. And you can see that pie chart under asking, which is very, very big. Then you have asking and over asking. That pie chart under asking, you can see that with this market, how it's going, that buyers are not paying full the list price of these homes because they might see a home in the market. All right, I do like this home, but I really love this home. And what they're going to do is, all right, I'm going to offer you X. And they're going to write an offer and talk to the seller. And the seller could come back and say, yes, I accept your offer, or no, I want more. And what's happening is right now that, all right, if a buyer is not getting what he wants in today's market, he's like, all right, fine. I'm going to peace out and look for another home to find a home that fits my budget or my criteria. Because as I said, inventory is up. So sellers can't be nitty picky for them to sell a home. Some homes depend on if they bought the home probably a year or two ago, they might not have their equity. And yes, they might want to get close to list price. And maybe it's not a good time as a seller right now to sell a home. And maybe they should wait later on while it's trending back to a sales market to get what they want full list price over asking. But right now, sellers in today's market right now, there is a lot of price drops in today's market because of rates and there's a lot of inventory. Yes, there is more homes out there because there's more sellers than there is buyer for percentage because buyers are just waiting. But as I said, when rates go down a lot more, there'll be a lot more buyers in the market. But right now, as I said, buyers are waiting for that perfect rate, which is not happening right now in today's market. And also, there's only 2 offers is the average in the Denver market per listing. There's only running 2 offers. So then I get 5, 10, 15, 20 plus offers that happened during the pandemic. The rates right now are between 6.6 and 6.8% in the third quarter. Higher rates equals buyer hesitation, budget constraints. Buyers are still waiting in the sideline because they're like, ooh, these rates are high. They're still thinking about the 3 to 4% rates. The average rate in the past 30 years is about 8%. So it's still under where the average is for rates in the past 3 decades. And yes, and higher the rate is, higher your mortgage payment is. But as I said, there's so many programs out there for you to buy down the rate. You can do a 2-1 buy it down for 2 years. Hopefully within the 2 years when rates go down, which it will go down next year, and you can always refinance for that lower rate. But don't wait too long when rates go down, because if you do, what happens is that more buyers come to the market, they pay over asking, you pay more money, and you're getting disappointed because you didn't buy a home. And for you to avoid all that stuff, find the seller to buy down your rate, or wherever the rate is, you can refinance the rate when the rates go down, and you can save more money in your pocket. But if you have any questions about buy down rates or any programs, leave a comment below, and I'd be glad to help you and show you your plan. And cash buyers are stepping back because price drop. We know cash is king, and a lot of cash buyers are, hey, I'm stepping back. I've seen lots of price drops. They're waiting for whatever deal there is, because when you have cash, you go negotiate with the seller and what you want. In Denver right now is, as I said, trending more to a buyer's market. 30% are leaving Denver. More the natives, because natives can't believe how much homes have cost in the Denver market, because lots of Californians, Texans, people from the Midwest are moving into the Denver area, and they are increasing. The home prices are increasing, so people who are Denver natives or Colorado natives, I can't afford this, I'm out. And these movements, outbound movements, Breckenridge, Steamboat, Phoenix, you can see people are still moving to Denver, especially from the West Coast, because California is very expensive, the fires, and people are done paying these high taxes. And if you go over, move more to the East, which is Colorado. Colorado has very low property taxes, which is more curb appealing, because Colorado has everything what California does except water. They got the mountains, they got skiing, you got outdoor activities. Yes, it's very dry. They have everything what California has to offer except water. They don't have earthquakes like California does. Crazy forest fires, what's going on in California. A lot of Californians are moving to Denver because they see how property taxes are low, and they're, all right, I'm about to make a move to Colorado because it's a lot cheaper. And a lot of strong interest. As I said, Dallas, you can see, San Francisco, Los Angeles, mostly the California region, Dallas, Chicago's another one. People from the East Coast, from the DC area, a lot of higher tax areas are just moving into Colorado, because Colorado property taxes are a lot cheaper, or the taxes not as high as other places are. If you're a buyer or seller, these are the things you got to know. Here are some tips. For buyers, you have more options. In the real estate market right now, there's a lot more options. Inventory is high. You do have negotiation power, because with high inventory, there's more opportunities for you to see in this Denver real estate market. And the value for hunting, you look for prices drops, still listings for the best deals. If you're a buyer, you're looking for longer market times, how many times the home has dropped. Work with a real estate professional to understand, because right now, you go into a store and you're seeing a bunch of sell. Every person in this whole region are putting home on the market because they got so much equity in this Denver real estate market, and they want to sell and cash out this equity. Some of them want to downgrade, some of them want to upgrade. If you're a buyer with these high levels of inventory, and also in new construction too, new construction is inventory is high, and there's lots of builders giving buyers incentives to buy homes. If you have any question about the new construction market, which I'm an expert in new construction, leave a comment below. I'd be glad to sit down 15 minutes and explain how you can save more money in new construction than you can in a resale value. Seller, here's some seller tips. You have to be very, very, very smart how you are pricing your home. You can't price your home during the pandemic to get pandemic money, because the market has changed. You have to be very, very strategic how you price your home. Best option, what I'll tell you, seller, is that price your home a little bit below the market to get some buyer traffic to look at your home. Presentation, very important. A home sells a lot better being staged and not staged. If you have a home and your home's not staged, it's going to be hard to sell, because in this market, you want your home to wow the buyers when they walk in your property. And if your home is staged, you have a better chance of selling your home than you do with a non-staged home. Or you can keep your old furniture that you have, but make sure everything looks very good. When you open those catalogs with those beautiful homes, you want your home to wow the buyer while they walk in your property. In timeline, as a seller, you have to be patient, because it's going to probably take a lot longer for you to sell your home, because, as I said, during the pandemic, we know homes were selling 3 days, within a week. Now you got 3 weeks to a month, maybe a month and a half. It just depends. As I said, this previous slide, they're saying people are getting 2 offers per listing on these homes. You want to not be greedy when you get an offer in your home, because that might be your only offer. If you have multiple offers, cool, but if that's your only offer and your home's been on the market for 30, 45 days, this is your best bet. Or you could hold on your property and wait when the buyer market shifts to the seller market for less inventory for you to get more money. So as I said, this is the Denver real estate market. I am a relocation expert. If you know who I am, my name is Depot Phillips, Denver real estate agent. And if you are moving to Denver, relocating to Denver, have any questions, I'll match lifestyle with the right neighborhood. If you're ready to sell, I'd be glad for you to sit down. Let's come with a custom marketing plan to how to get your home sold for top dollars, but for you to not have the home on the market too long so you can go on to your next destination. And if you're downgrading and want to upgrade, great time. If your person loves new construction, great relationship with new construction builders out there for you, because the new construction market inventory is increasing. If you want to book a one-on-one call, that's my phone number there. That's my email address. And I'd be glad to sit down with you. And thanks again for your time. And I will see you soon.